if you can make or save me money, I'm going to probably read your email. So if you see a real need or value that you can create through, I mean, there's no reason to recreate the wheel. I mean, the social space, don't treat it any different or some foreign object. It's the same business techniques, or at least the fundamentals of business or marketing or strategy, all apply in the social space. You use different tools to do it, but I mean, don't recreate the wheel. If you can genuinely save someone or create value for somebody else, there's no reason by just, that's reason enough to contact someone. You don't need to make it a cheesy sales pitch, but if you have a genuine letter or you think your service can save them or make them money, then I think in a lot of ways that kind of cuts through some of the mold.
We do have a question on the internet, actually a couple of them. This one happens to be from Palm Springs, California. Why don't we put that down, or JD, what do you think is the best example of corporate usage for social media? What's the best example for corporate usage for social media?
Corporate usage of social media?
Right.
You mentioned this while I was in the other room. It's the unification of the corporate brand through the individual profiles and in disseminating the message of the firm through the interactive space on LinkedIn in very subtle, very diplomatic, very ethical ways. If it's on the salesperson end, the salespeople are in the groups. They're in the public space answering questions. If it's through the executives have fortified, strong, individually representative profiles that brand them as powerful leaders.
Thanks. Anybody want to add something? Jason? No?
Take it.
You're good on that one?
Something, you know, Michelle mentioned authenticity, you know, just be genuine and tell people who you are and don't lie about anything, about your company, about yourself, and, you know, that will come through to the company's brand as well. So just be authentic.
Questions? Yes.
I have a question for Michelle. If you link your Twitter account to your LinkedIn page, does that mean every time you tweet, it does a network update on LinkedIn?
No.
Okay. Okay, good.
You can designate which of your tweets actually go into your status update on your LinkedIn profile. And one way to do that is to put the hashtag IN, and that will link those tweets to your LinkedIn profile. But no, you don't have to have everything tweeting through. In fact, some people would find that annoying.
Everybody would find that annoying.
Okay, most everybody would find that annoying.
So let me just reiterate. We've been saying to people, don't let all of your tweets update your LinkedIn status. It's not the same environment. Last week I had somebody send me an email and said, help, I have been formally reprimanded. Formally, writtenly reprimanded because all of my tweets updated my LinkedIn status. Our customers got annoyed because that's all they saw, and they complained to the company president. So only hashtag IN. And then if you're on Twitter and you retweet somebody who has the hashtag IN, take this one from the horse's mouth. Don't just retweet it without taking out the hashtag IN if that's not what you want to show up in your LinkedIn profile.
I'm just going to be embarrassed now.
Who's next? Yes, sir.
Yeah, question. I'm part of the baby boom generation, so I wanted to get your thoughts on what are some of the common myths, misperceptions about social media that the boomers have, or maybe some places you see us stubbing our toes, and what you'd recommend.
I'll take that one.
Let me just start by saying my 19-year-old daughter's got nothing on me, okay? Your kids do not know business-related social media. You know business. All you've got to do is figure out this is nothing different than I've done for the last 20 or 30 years. We're just using new tools to do it. Kids might know social media, but they don't. They don't know it nearly as well as you think they do. And there's occasionally I come across a 23-year-old that's got a good business head on their shoulders. I just coached one for the last 6 weeks. But for the most part, you guys know a whole lot more about it. And just trust your instincts.
The other thing is the Generation Y or even younger think that networking is all about social media and connecting online. Offline networking is so important. FaceTime is very important. That's why events like this are very important to connect with people in person and online. So a lot of people at that generation think that they only network online, and they really don't understand what it means.
Yes, sir.
What about pitfalls of social media, like politics, things like that?
Oh, Mike, you fall all the time. Can I tell him?
All right. She puts me on the negative questions. You know how that is? Here. The call's for you. Right? You know what that's like? Yeah. Well, there are. I do run into issues myself. You know, I have. You know, we live our lives out loud. I mean, literally, if you thought this political correctness we've been through for the last 15 years went a little too far, social media is clobbering the crap out of that, isn't it? You know, I'm over here, I'm doing this thing over, oh, but that didn't go through our corporate communications department. You know, and like Northwestern Mutual Financial Network and some of these others have to have every email approved before it goes out, and now social media comes along. We're in for a really big thing, like getting reprimanded, like in this situation. So you do have to be a little bit careful, and especially when you're in the business, like we are. You know, we can get tainted one way or another. Oh, you're a liberal, or you're this or that. But you know, frankly, I am a liberal. Okay, and I'm from a liberal state. And that's part of it. If that you know means that some of the world out there isn't interested in you, it means some of the other world is twice as interested in you because you've qualified your audience to some extent. So you know, you have to kind of be careful of swear words, and the little ampersand pound question mark works really good in those situations. Especially when you're dealing with vendors that you don't like. Do you feel like you have power over a vendor now? You do. You have a lot of power over a vendor when you tweet. And Michelle probably knows a whole lot about that. But yeah, you know, you got to reel it in a little bit, but realize that for every piece of your audience that you offend or goes away, you bring that many more people who are like you, who are more likely to buy from you in the first place, towards you. So that's my 60-40. Yeah.
I would say the only pitfall that you have to worry about regarding business is when your execution, if there's a disconnect between your execution and your strategy. You know, you have to have some sort of plan of why you're on social media, and as long as you're executing to that plan, you're usually going to be fine. Not everybody's going to like it, but not everybody's going to be your customer anyway, so.
Anybody else?
Is it worth paying for the upgraded LinkedIn?
No. Yes.
Do you want to know why you would pay for it? I mean, why would I pay for it? Is that the question, really? Why would I pay for it? Okay. The first thing, if you want to reach to people that are further out in your network, you know, LinkedIn has a 1, 2, 3. You know, got friends, they got their friends, and they got their friends. If you want to reach out further out there in a timely way, that's the way to do it. That's the best way to do it. The other components out there is other people out there on LinkedIn can all communicate with you through this function called Open Link. So I can, as a paid subscriber, I get this little option that lets anybody communicate with me. Okay, it's sort of like an free inbound mail to me no matter where you are. There's 3, 4, 5 other reasons, but when you're looking at a list of people, and these ones have little marks by them that say in, cool little marks, and these don't, and we're looking at shiny objects, that's a shiny object. And there's a few other reasons. You get more of this, more of that. But as you move from paying $25 to $50 to $500, you don't pick up any more capabilities. You only pick up more of the capabilities you already have. You go from 15 to 25 to 50. There's no extra functionality you get between $25 and $500. So I'm at $25, and I'm happy I'm at it. I'll take it. Yeah, JD is an expert in this area. He should have extra stuff.
I honestly think of it as in terms of public relations for myself, and also what I telegraph to people who are looking at me very seriously as a LinkedIn strategist. And we have LinkedIn strategists up here too. I've thought about it as more or less a strategic move. Should I be on it so that if people from LinkedIn are accessing me, which they are in great frequency in the last 90 days, do I need to have that little icon by my name to kind of have the credibility? So I'm actually leaning towards doing it, knowing what Mike and Lori have said, that I'm not getting any value add on it, but it just might be something that gives me a little bit more merit as a LinkedIn guy.